I was sexually abused as a child, a female relative, and then later a man who rented a room from us sexually abused me and my sister. And I lived in denial, we call it amnesia or denial, whichever, for about 40 years. I couldn't face it, I couldn't talk about it. And then one day it just kind of started to pour out. I stopped crying when I was a kid. My dad was quite brutal, alcoholic, and beat me quite a bit. And, you know, one of the ways people like me survive is that we stop feeling the pain. And, you know, that was wonderful for me because Dad could beat me all he wanted, and I never felt it. And that worked as childhood. But as an adult, it doesn't work, because as an adult, I wasn't in touch with my feelings. Give you one quick story. When I was 25 or 26, my wife was involved in a head-on collision. We were both there, but she was not expected to live. They let me stay in the ER room with her. Doctor said to me, I want to be very frank with you, she will probably not survive the night. Every major bone was broken. By the way, she did have a healing experience. So. I was sitting there, I was looking at her. Her face had all kinds of cuts all over. And I was looking at her. This is the woman I love more than anybody else in the world. But I couldn't feel anything. I was just numb, and which is typical of abused kids. But, and there were other times when I couldn't feel. I wanted to let her know, or if I'd go to bed and I didn't expect her to take any sexual advances. It's okay if I knew she was going to do it, but if we turned out the lights and she'd reach over, I would freak out and freeze. And we just had some really painful times. Now, my wife has been very kind about this. When I started dealing with my abuse, she was right there with me. In fact, I think what really helped me was my wife was the first person that I felt ever loved me unconditionally. And because she loved me unconditionally, it gave me the freedom to open up. I wrote the book, two things. One, to help women understand the men in their lives, because the women also become victims. The second reason is so that women can have some tools, some methods, some things they can do to help men. For instance, listen to him. Don't try to tell him how to get fixed. Don't. If he tells you something, never tell anybody else unless he gives you permission. Little things like that. People often, what about professional help? Yeah, for some people it would not have worked for me because I lacked the trust. I would not have trusted a professional. I just, I could now if I were there, but I don't need one now. Yeah. But, so I think, you have to find where his pain is.